Have you ever paused to wonder about the true nature of reality? Is the world exactly as we perceive it, or is there a deeper layer that remains unseen? Welcome back to our philosophical journey. Today, we're delving into the profound question: what is the true nature of reality? We'll explore the ideas of four monumental thinkers whose insights continue to influence how we understand existence itself. Stay with me. You might discover a whole new perspective on the world around you. Our quest begins in ancient Athens, a city teeming with intellectual vigor, where democracy was taking root and philosophical debates filled the air. Here, around 428 BCE, Plato was born into an influential family. He was a student of Socrates, whose method of questioning everything inspired Plato's own pursuit of truth. Plato was deeply shaken by Socrates' execution, a turning point that ignited his skepticism about society's understanding of justice and truth. Determined to seek deeper answers, Plato founded the Academy, one of the earliest institutions of higher learning in the Western world. Plato proposed the theory of forms, a groundbreaking idea that suggests there exists a non-physical realm of perfect, unchanging forms or ideas. According to him, the material world we experience through our senses is just a shadow of this higher reality. Let me bring this to life with his famous allegory of the cave. Imagine prisoners who've been chained inside a dark cave since birth. They face a blank wall, unable to turn their heads. Behind them, a fire burns, and between the fire and the prisoners is a walkway where objects pass by. These objects cast shadows on the wall, and the prisoners perceive these shadows as the entirety of reality. They've never seen anything else. Now, suppose one prisoner is freed. At first, he's blinded by the fire's light and overwhelmed by the new shapes and colors. As he ascends out of the cave into the sunlight, he's initially dazzled but gradually acclimates. He sees trees, animals, and the sky, realizing that the shadows in the cave were mere illusions. Eager to share this revelation, he returns to the cave to inform the others. But they think he's mad. The shadows are all they've ever known, and they can't comprehend a reality beyond them. Plato uses this allegory to illustrate that most people accept the sensory world as the ultimate reality, unaware of the higher realm of forms. The sun in the story symbolizes the form of the good, the ultimate source of truth and knowledge. Think about it. Are there aspects of reality we're missing because we're limited by our perceptions? Could there be deeper truths that we're unaware of, just beyond the shadows we see? Now, let's journey to the small town of Stagira in northern Greece, where Aristotle was born in 384 BCE. Orphaned at a young age, he was sent to Athens at 17 to study at Plato's Academy. Aristotle admired his teacher but often challenged his ideas, showcasing his independent thinking. After Plato's death, Aristotle traveled extensively, eventually becoming the tutor of Alexander the Great. This role gave him access to vast resources and knowledge from different cultures, which he utilized when he returned to Athens to establish his own school, the Lyceum. Unlike Plato, who emphasized a transcendent realm of forms, Aristotle believed that the forms were inherent in physical objects. He was a proponent of empiricism, asserting that knowledge comes from sensory experience and observation. Aristotle introduced the concept of hylomorphism, which posits that everything is a combination of matter, what it's made of, and form, its characteristics. For instance, consider a bronze statue. The bronze is the matter, and the shape, the form, is what makes it a statue. To explain why things exist or happen, Aristotle developed the idea of the four causes. 1. Material cause, the substance out of which something is made. For our statue, it's the bronze. 2. Formal cause, the design or blueprint of a thing, the statue's shape or depiction. 3. Efficient cause, the agent or process that brings something into being, the sculptor who molds the bronze. 4. Final cause, the purpose or function of a thing, perhaps to honor a deity or commemorate an event. For Aristotle, understanding these causes provided a comprehensive explanation of an object's existence. So, next time you encounter something new, consider asking, what is it made of? What is its form? Who or what brought it into existence? And why does it exist? Fast forward to 1596 in La Haye-en-Turin, France. where René Descartes was born into a world on the cusp of modernity. Europe was experiencing the Renaissance, a rebirth of art, science, and culture. The Protestant Reformation was challenging established religious doctrines, and the scientific revolution was questioning traditional beliefs about the natural world. Descartes, educated at Jesuit schools, was dissatisfied with the scholastic philosophy of his time, which he found lacking in certainty. He sought a foundation for knowledge that was beyond doubt. Embarking on a journey of radical skepticism, he employed methodic doubt, questioning every belief he held. Could he trust his senses? Sometimes they deceived him. Could he trust mathematical truths? What if an evil demon was manipulating his thoughts? Amidst this doubt, he arrived at one undeniable truth. While he could be deceived about everything, the very act of doubt confirmed that he was thinking. And if he was thinking, he must exist. This realization led to his famous statement, "Cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am." Descartes concluded that the mind, a thinking, non-extended entity, is distinct from the body, which is an extended, non-thinking entity. This concept is known as Cartesian dualism. But this raised a perplexing question. How do the mind and body interact if they are fundamentally different substances? Descartes speculated that the pineal gland in the brain might be the point of interaction, but this remains a topic of debate even today. Have you ever questioned your own reality? When you dream, the experiences can feel real. How do you know you're not dreaming right now? What can you be absolutely certain of in your own experience? Now, let's visit Königsberg, Prussia, in 1724, where Immanuel Kant was born. Living his entire life in this city, Kant was a creature of habit, known for his disciplined routine. Yet his ideas were anything but routine. They were revolutionary. Kant lived during the Enlightenment, a period that emphasized reason, science, and intellectual interchange. However, he recognized the limitations of both rationalism, knowledge through reason alone, and empiricism, knowledge through sensory experience. In his seminal work, Critique of Pure Reason, Kant proposed transcendental idealism. He argued that our minds are not passive recipients of information, but actively shape our experiences. According to Kant, we can never know things in themselves, noumena, the reality that exists independently of our perception. Instead, we know phenomena, the reality as it appears to us, filtered through the innate structures of our mind. He identified fundamental categories, such as space, time, causality, that our minds use to organize sensory input. These aren't properties of the external world, but of our mental framework. Kant famously said, "Thoughts without content are empty. Intuitions without concepts are blind." This means that without sensory data, our thoughts have nothing to work with, but without the mind's organizing principles, sensory data would be chaotic and meaningless. Consider this. If two people witness the same event but interpret it differently, does that mean reality is subjective? How much of what we perceive is influenced by our own minds? So, what have we uncovered on this journey? Plato invites us to look beyond the physical world and seek unchanging, perfect truths that exist in a higher realm. Aristotle encourages us to study the world around us, to observe and analyze the tangible to understand reality. Descartes challenges us to doubt everything until we find something that is absolutely certain, ourselves as thinking beings. Kant shows us that our minds actively shape our experience of reality, suggesting that we can never access the world as it is in itself. Each philosopher offers a unique lens through which to view existence. They grapple with questions that are as relevant today as they were in their own times. Think about your own perspective. Do you lean towards trusting your senses like Aristotle? Or do you, like Plato, believe there's more beyond what we can perceive? Perhaps you resonate with Descartes' emphasis on doubt and reason. Or maybe Kant's idea that our minds construct reality strikes a chord. These philosophies aren't just abstract ideas. They influence modern science, psychology, and even technology. Virtual reality challenges our perceptions, making us question what's real. Quantum physics reveals a world where observation can alter reality, echoing Kant's ideas about the role of the observer. Neuroscience explores how our brains construct our experience of the world, aligning with both Descartes and Kant's insights. Understanding these philosophical foundations can deepen our appreciation of these fields and our own experiences. Now, I have a question for you. What do you think is the true nature of reality? Is it an external truth waiting to be discovered, or is it a tapestry woven by our perceptions and ideas? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. In our next segment, we'll dive into how we acquire knowledge and understanding. If reality is complex and multifaceted, how can we be sure of anything we know? Join us as we explore the philosophies of knowledge and uncover how we make sense of the world. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the next exciting chapter in our philosophical journey. Until next time, keep questioning and keep seeking wisdom.